Thank you so much for tuning back in to Love Jekeisha. And as we vastly approach the holiday season, I wanted to put together a recipe for you to make during the holiday season. It doesn't have to be for Christmas Day or for Thanksgiving Day, but definitely during the holiday season because it's definitely filling. You see the bread. And as you see the bread, you probably have figured out we are making a bread pudding, but not just any bread pudding. We are making a holiday rum raisin bread pudding with caramel on top. Are we making caramel sauce? Absolutely not. If you want to make caramel sauce, be my guest. I believe in taking shortcuts, especially during the holiday season because it'd be a lot going on. So to get started, I have some day-old bread here. I've pulled apart into pieces like so. I have 5 eggs, but we only need 4. We're gonna use 2 cups of milk, 3/4 cups of sugar, a 1/2 cup of raisins, which I have soaked in rum. And let me just give you a quick backstory on the rum. I got it when I was in Jamaica, so I'm so excited to be using it in this recipe today. And I have some butter here melted. Now, I would love to tell you how much I'm using, but I'm a butter lover. So my recipe calls for 2 tablespoons, but I'm using 1/2 cup. So I'm just gonna be honest with you. And then of course I have some ground nutmeg, ground ginger, and some cinnamon and vanilla. I am not the queen of measuring things. If you need a measurement, I would say about a 1/4 of a tablespoon of nutmeg, a 1/4 of ginger, and I use cinnamon until I can smell it. And for vanilla, I have a tablespoon. So with all that said, we are going to get started because this is going to go really fast, and you'll definitely want to make this recipe because of how fast it is. It's going to take longer to cook than it is for us to put it together. So I have a dish. Let me get it. Here's the dish. And what we're going to do is put our bread in this dish. Doesn't it seem like we just celebrated like Christmas and Thanksgiving? I mean, it does. It feels like that to me. But, you know, when you become an adult, time flies. When I was a kid, it was still like May. But, hey, that's part of growing up. After we have our bread formed in our dish, we're going to pour our butter on top of it. Now, like I said, the recipe calls for about 2 tablespoons, but I use a 1/2 cup. I'm a butter lover. And I appreciate those who see me in the street and know that about me. I think that's the cutest thing. People are like, oh, there's the butter lover. And it's so much so that I don't even know if you all can see this. My niece bought me a sign that said made with love and a whole lot of butter. So that's what's happening today. We have our raisins that's soaking in rum. So I'm going to use my hand to actually put the raisins all over our bread pudding. And this is about a 1/2 cup of raisins. And I put as much rum in here as I want because it's mine. Yeah, I said it. And we're not going to waste the rum. We are going to pour it over our bread as well. And get all the raisins in it. And we can actually set this to the side for a little bit because we're going to make our custard. And in a bowl, here I'm going to crack 4 eggs. I don't know why I took out 5. I guess that's the fat girl in me. And we're gonna have 2 cups of milk. And I know for a fact that it's 2 cups of milk in my milk jug because I measured it. 3/4 cup of sugar, all of our holiday aromatics, nutmeg, ginger, and cinnamon. And we want to get it all of it. And our vanilla. So now that we have all our ingredients together, we are going to whisk this. So give me 1 second. And I do have a whisk, but today I want to use a fork. No rhyme or reason, it's just my business. And what I'm actually doing is breaking up the egg yolks. That's what I really am doing here. And I guess that's probably why I like to use my fork rather than a whisk. Make sure all my aromatics are broken down into my custard. I wish you all were here. No, I don't. I'm lying. I hope you all make this so that you can smell this. Not that I wouldn't mind having you over, but I would have to make a bigger dish and it's just too much. Don't you appreciate my honesty? You're welcome. So now that our custard is all whipped up and mixed together, now we can pull, I'm gonna move this out of the way. And we just wanna pour our custard over the bread. I want all of it, all of the aromatic stuff that sticks to the side of the bowl. And using my fork, I'm gonna just press down because I want my bread to soak up this nice custard. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited about this. And you know what, I'm gonna tell you something. I have actually made a bread pudding and served it for breakfast before. So don't think that bread pudding is just a dessert. It actually can be served at breakfast with some good maple syrup. It doesn't have to be the caramel sauce. It's a wonderful, wonderful breakfast, as well as desserts. I want to make sure my raisins are in every part of my bread pudding. And this is essentially how you put it together. Now, for the sake of time, I have made one and it's in the oven. So we're going to move over here so that you all can see how it's going to look. Because what you want to do is you want to cover this with a piece of parchment paper and aluminum foil. And the reason you put the parchment paper on there is because I don't want the aluminum to touch my food. Preference. Secure it tightly on here and on my dish. So after we finish wrapping this, I'm gonna put it into a water bath, which is essentially a nice sized pot. And we're going to sit this down in it. Now I know you see steam coming off of this because I kind of put it in the oven for a little bit, with just a little bit, just to get it going. And I have this warm water. And what I want to do is fill up just halfway the dish. in my little pot here is just enough water to fill up halfway of this dish. And then we're gonna pop it in the oven on 350 for 45 minutes. By then it will be nice and poofy. And then you're gonna take the aluminum paper and the aluminum foil and the parchment paper, excuse me, that is a mouthful, off and let it brown. Awesome. So we've made up our bread pudding, put it in the oven for 45 minutes, then remove the parchment paper and aluminum foil and let it cook. Now for the essence of time, I have one already made, and I did the same thing. And I just wanted you all to see how it looks. And remember I told you I buy my own caramel sauce because I'm not gonna make it. So I use Ghirardelli. I don't work for them, but it's good. And I just essentially just squeeze it over my bread pudding. Yes, a lot, because it's good. And it's the holidays. I mean, are we counting calories? And just to sweeten it up some more, come on over to Auntie house. I will get you right, honey. So here's our holiday rum raisin bread pudding. And I do hope you will try this recipe. Comment and let me know what you think of it after you've tried it. But make sure you're following me on all social media platforms. Love Jekeisha. And thank you so much for watching today. Make sure you subscribe and like. Have a good and wonderful, safe holiday season.